How do you manage test data effectively for integration testing? Imagine trying to build a puzzle with pieces that don't fit or are missing. That's what testing without good data management can feel like. Managing test data well is key to smooth and reliable integration tests. First, you need to understand what data each test needs. Are you testing how a system handles real-world scenarios or edge cases? Realistic data helps catch issues that users might face, while synthetic data is great for testing error conditions. Decide on the volume and freshness of data based on the test case. For example, if you're testing a login process, you need user data that matches what users will actually use. Next, separate your data for different environments. Use dummy data for development, masked or anonymized data for testing, and real data only in production. This keeps sensitive information safe and prevents accidental data leaks. When dealing with sensitive data like personally identifiable information or financial records, use data masking techniques. Dynamic data masking can hide or alter sensitive fields during testing so that confidential info stays protected. Adopting the idea of test data as code means storing your test data alongside your application code in version-controlled files. This makes it easier to track changes, share data across teams, and keep data consistent across different environments. To save time, reuse datasets across multiple tests by creating data pools. This reduces the need to generate new data every time and keeps your tests consistent. Automating test data provisioning is a game changer. Integrate data setup and refresh steps into your continuous integration and continuous delivery pipelines. This way, your test data stays current with the latest code changes and your tests become more reliable. During integration testing, use mock services or stub APIs to simulate external systems. This isolates your system under test from unstable or unavailable dependencies, making tests faster and more dependable. When generating or selecting test data, preserve data relationships and referential integrity. Use tools that can identify dependencies and sensitive fields to ensure your synthetic or masked data still makes sense for the tests. Focus on critical workflows like user authentication or payment processing, and make sure your test data covers these high-priority paths. Finally, run your integration tests in environments that closely resemble production. Use the same database schemas, configurations, and middleware to catch environment-specific issues early. Avoid using full copies of production databases for testing because it can introduce risks and slow down your tests. Instead, opt for targeted subsets or synthetic data tailored to your specific test cases. Balancing realism, security, automation, and maintainability is the secret to managing test data effectively. By planning carefully, automating processes, and protecting sensitive information, you can make your integration testing smoother, faster, and more trustworthy.